Welcome to FPL Bob. I'm Hussein, your number one guy for FPL content throughout the 2022-2023 season. Today we are going to look at how I performed in the Gameweek 2 and how my team looks for Gameweek 3. But before we get into that, as always, if you're new around here, I would appreciate if you would go down and hit the subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell. It really helps the channel out. So starting with my Gameweek 2 scores, I got a score of 67 points, which keeps me just into the top 1 million in the world at this stage. To be honest, I'm really happy with the rank at the moment because it's just 2 game weeks in and I really have an edge over the rest of the people because there are about 10 million people I guess now in FPL and I am in the top 1 million. The players that disappointed the most were the Liverpool assets: Salah, Trent and Robertson. Of course I did not captain Salah, so it was really good that he did not haul against Crystal Palace. Trent on the other hand, I was really disappointed in him, but to be fair, the whole world has Trent, so it wouldn't really make a difference. However, the standout Robertson, who was a differential pick that I picked at the start of the season, over Diaz, who scored a stunning goal, but yeah, you can't have it always on your way. Going on to the Man City assets, Cancelo did an amazing job. Of course, he's the bonus point magnet, so like he gets all the bonus points all the time. And he also got a cheeky assist from an own goal, which was very lucky, I think. But he did look good going forward. And my other Manchester City option, of course, Erling Haaland. I captained him, yeah, and it didn't go so well. Other people had Kane over Haaland, and this week they were much better off with Kane than Haaland. And for the star of all the teams, the 74% of the teams in the world, Gabriel Jesus. He carried all our teams and our points. He got 19 points, I suppose. And that's really good, especially at this stage of the game. And props to all of you who captained him because you must have gotten a really high score. Another disappointing player in my team was Leon Bailey. I've really considered removing Bailey out for a couple of days now because his ownership is going low and thus his price is dropping. So I really need to go quick on that. So I've already made the transfer on to Pascal Gross. In the last 2 game weeks, he has an expected goal involvement of 0.84 per 90 minutes, which is really good for a player who's just 5.6 million. So he is one player I have already locked into my Game Week 3 team, which you'll see in a moment. And I would also advise all of you to take Pascal Gross into your teams for probably the Neto/Bailey replacement, because I'm sure everyone wants that. His expected FPL points at the moment are 7 points on average per 90 minutes, which is very good for a player who's just 5.6 million. And I think he, due to the run of fixtures now for Brighton, I think they are the second best team for attack according to Fantasy Football Hub Opta stats. For my second free transfer this week, as I banked my transfer from last week, was Luca Dean to Rico Henry. Now, I was debating if I should get Cucurella, but I thought that Pascal Gross would be a better option than Cucurella at this stage of the game, because Cucurella is still prone to rotations and stuff. So I went with Rico Henry. Now, of course, everyone has Nico Williams, and I thought Rico Henry would be a lot of a differential over Nico Williams. And also Brentford have a good run of fixtures for the next probably 6 game weeks or something. So I'll have my 4.5 million defender in Rico Henry who will be quite locked up in my team for the next few weeks. Rico Henry has an expected goal involvement of 0.3 per game per 90 minutes, which is quite good for a person who's playing for a Brentford team who is in left back, while all their attack goes from Tony. So he's a really good player at 4.5 million. And his expected FPL points per 90 is about 5 points, which is really good for a 4.5 million defender. That gives you a lot of value. Now, moving on to my Gaming 3 team. Starting off in goal, of course, it's either Ramsdale or Ward. And I did not choose Ward for rotating with Ramsdale. Ward is just a backup keeper. Of course, the best 4 million backup keeper, but he's not going to start for me anytime soon. So Ramsdale gets the number 1 spot in goal. In defense, against United, who have looked shambolic in defense, so it has to be Trent and Robertson with a double up. They are expected to do something, at least after 2 blanks, but we can only see from now on. My third defender spot goes for Cancelo. Of course, City, top of the league. very good in defense and attack. They have the least XG conceded over the last 2 games, and also is a bonus points magnet, so he's getting all the bonus points here. And the 4th place of defense is Reece James. Now, last game week against Tottenham, he had a really important goal for my team, not my actual team, but like my FPL team. He really carried my team into the higher 60s because of that, like 70th minute goal or something. So he did really well for me. And in the last spot of defense is my new player, Rico Henry. I really think he can do something, and of course everyone has Nico Williams and is probably playing them this week. And if you are not, then you probably should, because it's a very good option this week against Everton away. But I really think Rico Henry is a differential, and I think he could haul if I'm lucky. Moving on to midfield, of course, the man Mohamed Salah is playing against Manchester United. As I said, they're very bad defensively. It's like they have no shape. So I reckon Liverpool are going to thrash Manchester United. So I chose Salah, of course. I mean, who wouldn't choose Salah? My second midfielder spot, the star of my FPL team until now, Mr. Gabriel Martinelli. The start of the season, I went for Martinelli over Saka, and I do not regret that one bit. He's been insane for Arsenal's attack. And Arsenal's attack also has been so good. And Martinelli has been in the heart of it all. My third and final midfielder spot is, of course, Pascal Gross, who I brought in this week. I'm really looking forward to see him perform in my FPL team. They're playing West Ham, who considered a lot of chances to Nottingham. And I think Pascal Gross could really punish them in that department. Moving on to the strikers, of course, we start with Haaland himself. They're playing Newcastle away. Do I think Haaland will get the best score in the game? No. But will he do good? Yes. And of course, you can never trust it with City. They can probably score 5, 6, 7 goals some days. And probably Haaland could score 5 of them. You never know. So Haaland has to be there in my team. And the last spot, my team, of course, goes to highest owned probably ever in FPL history, Mr. Gabriel Jesus. I'm really looking forward to him after that 2-goal, 2-assist haul last week. And he might be a strong captaincy option. I'm really debating the captaincy option at the moment. But for this week, the captaincy will go to Mr. Mohamed Salah against Manchester United, as I feel Manchester United are really shambolic at the back, and Mo Salah could really punish them for it. But I might change it to Jesus, so I'm still debating about that. Of course, my final team will be posted on Twitter as always. So thank you guys for watching my first ever FPL video on YouTube, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you guys next week for another FPL video. Please do not forget to subscribe, as it really helps the channel out, and turn on those post notifications to never miss an upload.